I'm gonna make this video for my drumming channel, and I'm not really sure why. It's the least, I have several YouTube channels, it's the least likely one to make a video for while 2,000 miles away from home without any drums. So on this channel, I spend a lot of time playing drums and learning a skill that I have never attempted to learn, aside from a few like one day to 1 week little stints when I happened to be around drums at other times in my life. But for the most part, it's pretty much starting completely from scratch and without any guidance. And I didn't really have a plan when I started the channel, just like I didn't have a plan when I started this video. My plan was basically to buy a drum kit, mess around with it, and assume that I would somehow learn. And I wasn't entirely incorrect. I've gone back and forth a lot of times, and if you've been on the channel for a while, you've seen it, about whether I want to continue kind of going about it in an unplanned way, or if I want to work on it in more specific ways. But for the most part, it's evolved a little bit, and I feel that, you know, in some fairly objective way, I've gotten better at drums. When I first started, I was literally just banging on the drums with the drumsticks, and actually that was kind of fun. It was kind of freeing. It was really terrible, of course, but it was bound to be at that point in time. And then I started playing with music in the background, and I'm not sure if that really helped me get better. At times, in certain ways, maybe, you know, you get little ideas from what you hear the person doing if you're actually stop playing long enough to kind of listen. And it does act in some way as kind of a timekeeper. But a large part of it was just that I wanted to have better videos, because I felt like the videos I was posting were embarrassing, because in a way they were. It's just me, somebody who doesn't know how to play drums, banging on the drums. Why would you put that on YouTube? And I kind of forgot the purpose of why I put it on YouTube, because it wasn't to say that I was a good drummer or impressive or anything else. It was to say that you can start doing something that doesn't have to look a certain way to be worth doing. We're all afraid of doing something wrong, and we are all aware, because sometimes we've been on the wrong side of this, been the ones doing it. But we're aware that when you start doing something, you open yourself up to criticism about how you're doing it. And, you know, if you just never do anything, you never come into like the public spotlight at all. Nobody can ever criticize you, because they don't even know you exist if you're just hiding in a basement somewhere. And I think that being afraid of what people will think is a bigger problem than doing something and doing it a little bit wrong or a little bit differently than other people do it, or not meeting somebody's expectations about how, you know, good you will be after a certain period of time, even if they're just your own expectations. We have a limited amount of time, period. We have to decide what to use that time for, and sometimes I struggle even with that when making content for this channel or anything else I do, you know, is this really what I want to be doing? Is this the most important thing I can be doing? Is this the thing that brings the most value to me or to the world, to the people around me, or whatever criteria you want to put on it to determine whether what you are doing is worth doing. Sometimes I wonder if the time I spend playing the drums is time that would be better spent doing something else. I wonder if I have my priorities wrong. But I think that maybe the discussion about priorities is a little bit misguided in general. Yes, I do believe we can have priorities wrong. I think that people should come before things. I think that things that add value to your life and the lives of those around you matter more than things that don't. I think that sometimes we do get caught up in doing things that don't really matter, that don't even really bring us joy at the end of the day. And at the same time, it can be a little bit hard to evaluate that, because what you believe has value is kind of the result of the value system you were taught growing up. The beliefs, sometimes the prejudices that you have and that you bring to your worldview, into your life. Sometimes it's hard to determine what has value until you've done it for a long time and you start to see the outcomes that you didn't see immediately. I think the more important thing to focus on is, when we ask ourselves, you know, am I doing the right things, is how do I treat people? How do I treat those around me? How do I treat myself? And having a little bit of grace, even for the mistakes, even for the failures, the uncertainties, the doubts that you have in your life as you go through and try the different things that you think might be valuable, might be worth doing. That translates to having more grace for others too, or at least it should. And so, you know, sometimes on this channel, which is actually surprisingly my most popular YouTube channel, probably just because I've posted the most content on it and posted the most consistently, and I set myself up for that kind of well by having such a simple premise. It doesn't require any editing or anything. I guess that's the message that I want to share in this very unplanned video. And it's kind of nice. It wasn't really something I set out to do. I just was walking around. I have half an hour to spend before I meet someone here in Kalispell, Montana. And I just, you know, figured I could really go for a walk after driving all day, and wanted to, I guess, make a video, and chose this channel basically at random, and it didn't really make a lot of sense to choose this channel to make that video for, but it's the one that I've neglected for quite a while because I'm not home and I don't have my drum kit. So it does feel kind of nice to share some thoughts here as opposed to playing the drums. I feel like I play the drums on the channel, that's all I do, and it's valid for viewers to start kind of wondering why, what are you doing, what are you accomplishing here, what's this all about? And it's valid for me to start asking myself why as well. And I say it over and over on the channel, but it's probably because I need to be reminded. It's just something I find more valuable than scrolling, which is one of my other go-tos. And that doesn't mean it's the most valuable possible thing other than scrolling that I could be doing, but at least it's stepping away from that. Sometimes it leads me back into it because I get on YouTube to post the video, and then I spend a bunch of time looking through and finding the clips for my shorts, and that doesn't always feel like it's super valuable, and sometimes it just draws me back into brainless time on my phone, kind of transitions back to that, and that's not my goal. So I think I'll wrap up the video here, not because I'm done with my walk, but because I don't think I have anything else left to share right now. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate every view, every watch hour, watch minute, every like and subscription. That kind of brings me closer to my goal of monetizing the YouTube channel. And at the same time, I have pretty low expectations there because I don't feel like I bring a lot to the table. I don't think I bring a whole lot of value in the moment to moment, in the individual video clips. In the long run, I hope that it has a lot of value once I actually am good at drums and I can say, see, starting something with no plan and no guidance can lead to good things. And I think it will have value then. I think it has a little bit of value now, demonstrating the progress along the way. But that's up to you to decide. So again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.